and Kim, and welcome to Ask Mom's podcast. Yay!
Well, welcome back to Ask Mom's podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. And we certainly are not professionals, right, Kim?
Absolutely not.
But we can share our experience because we're older.
Mm-hmm.
And but if you feel like you need medical support, please reach out to your doctor. Don't hesitate. Today's episode, we're talking about the benefits of kids participating in the arts. And this is really cool, what we've kind of uncovered, eh, Kim?
Absolutely, yeah. Parents, don't panic, right? Because if you're focusing on your kids spending their extra time kind of studying the basic math, sciences, and Englishes subjects so that they can get into the best, schools or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Taking art is also huge. It's a big connection between math and art. Throughout history, there's been a connection between math and art, and this has been evident in different forms like the hieroglyphs. And the hieroglyphs use numbers and calculations in their symbols, right? Ooh. So how cool is that? This is math. Also, Leonardo da Vinci, he used geometry and proportion in his masterpieces. Wow. There's art in math.
Yeah.
And art and math intersect through using the tools such as rulers, protractors, angle finders. This leads to the concepts and critical thinking that the kids need and will use in math. So you're actually helping your kids with math by enrolling them and encouraging them in the arts, parents.
That's right. Holy smokes. And even and what we're going to point out today, even on stage, like the different sides to the arts are all beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
It blew me away, honest to God, when I was researching this. And so keep in the back of your mind as we go through, if your child, this is our suggestion, okay? So if your child is interested in the arts, let him go, let her go. And even if you're in the audience with your hand on your forehead going, oh my God.
But you know what? At the same time, too, not everybody starts off awesome, right?
No.
But they could get better. Or not. It doesn't matter.
So my point is, before I lost it, my point is that even if they don't do well, they are doing well because they've gone through the process.
Mm-hmm. Things
that we wouldn't even have thought of that are involved in the arts and the education behind and the benefits to the arts.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into that today.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you find it as interesting as we did, but it's so cool, right, Kim?
Yeah, and it's just super important, parents, so really give arts a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Think back to when you guys were kids. What did you like about school? Did you like art? What parts of arts? Or would you have liked to have the opportunity to try some, but maybe it wasn't available or, you were too shy? You remember when you were a kid, the best part for me at a school was art class when the teacher would bring out that box of broken pastels and we would get a big piece of paper, especially after Firecracker Day, and we would all draw the firecrackers. And that was like pretty much the highlight of my elementary education, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my parents were probably the parents in the audience with their face in their hands.
Oh, I doubt it.
We were talking about sharing experiences. And so when I was younger, maybe I can actually still kind of remember this, but I was like 5. And I had to remember that song, Red, Red Robin?
Yeah.
When the red, red robin comes, bop, bop. I had to sing that, and there was a little dance that went with that.
Too adorable.
Very adorable.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it was me. So when it came time to dance, and there's no vocals then, it's just the dance part. It was like crickets, because when it came time for dancing, I went, I don't feel like dancing right now.
I would walk off the
going,
stage.
No, come on, no, dance. And I'm like, no, I don't want to.
No, thank
I
you,
just kind of stood there.
Just curtsy and walk off stage.
Oh, God.
I think that's adorable.
Yeah.
And so what? Those moments are precious.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love that?
Mm-hmm. I remember, so in our hometown, our little school went to like grade 5, let's say. In grade 6, how old are you in grade 6? Whatever.
Yeah, 40. I don't know.
Yeah.
No clue.
You're still little.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a brand new school, and it was a big school compared to our little school. So I was really uncomfortable but then I got involved in the play. So we had a play at school. I don't even remember how I got involved. And I did a couple of solos and stuff like that, and I felt like really great about it. Right?
See?
And then you get to meet people, and, So I just, I had a very positive experience. And it's not for everyone, don't get me wrong. But for those, with kids, or even yourselves, if you still have interest in the arts, there's a lot of benefits to it.
And don't forget, there's different type of arts, right? You don't have to be the actress up on stage or singing. You can take painting, anything, dancing,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So much, pottery.
Yeah,
Like,
there's all kinds of arts.
yeah, because the thought of me as a child having to get up on stage, terrifying. There's no way I could have done it.
Yeah.
I still couldn't do it, but, yay, all of you who
I don't
can.
know about that, Kim.
Yeah, I know you.
Because we
Yes.
just had that conversation. Kim and I are in a choir. And if you asked us, if you knew us,
Yeah.
and if you asked us 2 years ago or said to us 2 years ago, you guys are going to be in a choir, we were like,
No, doubtful. Yeah.
stop smoking whatever you're
Right,
smoking, because that's not
exactly.
going to happen.
And also,
And it's like the best experience ever, right?
it's a lot of fun. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah,
A lot of great people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as parents, though, your thought is sometimes it's easy to recognize the benefits that children will have through doing all these or whichever one of these art activities. Like a good education, to get a job, it's pretty obvious. Traveling, discovering the world and cultures through art, you're learning good attribute, earning respect, and maybe saving themselves a few trips to the principal's office by getting involved in something, right? Doing something positive.
Or just knowing what to say and what not to say.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But
We're
no,
still
I hear
learning
what
that.
you're saying. So when you're getting an education, you're doing it to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
When you're traveling the world, you're learning about the world. But when you're involved with the arts, you're self-discovering,
Yes.
right?
Totally.
And that's what I got out of all the research that we did. I don't know if you got that too, but
Yeah.
it was focusing, I guess, more on the theater of arts, or the more,
The drama type.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like vocal, like performance, I guess. That's what I was looking
Okay.
for, performance.
The performing arts.
We feel sometimes it helps us if we think outside the box. So that's part of what Ask Moms does.
Yes,
Right?
we do.
Yeah. And when we dove into the benefits of the arts, it was an eye-opener.
The arts offer so many different benefits for the kids, any age, right from fostering like the creativity, your emotional expression, and cognitive development. So engaging in any art activities, they enhance. These are more the physical, but your fine motor skills, problem-solving abilities, and most definitely social skills.
Oh, for
My
sure,
gosh.
100%,
Yeah. The arts will improve academic performance in your kids. It'll boost their self-esteem, and that is so important, right? And provide a platform for understanding different cultures and appreciating them. It opens doors to a pretty well-rounded person, and we all want that for the kids,
I
right?
like that.
Yeah.
Well-rounded person. And that's what I was thinking, Kim. So when we went online trying to support our motherly intuition, and sure enough, there's a mountain of info out there that tries to communicate the same thing.
Yes.
Right? So I found this amazing quote, and guess where I found it? Well, because it's in the script.
Right.
But it was in the 2009 Ontario, Canada curriculum for grades 1 to 8. And there's a book called The Arts Go to School, written by David Booth and Masayuki Hashiya. So here's the quote. To watch a child completely engage in an arts experience is to recognize that the brain is on, driven by visual and emotional motivation to make meaning, to say something, and to express what matters. That's it in a freaking nutshell, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Are you digging this, parents? Imagine that, right?
That
is so cool. This is a whole other
Oh my
discussion.
God.
We need to do a podcast on this too. It's
Yeah.
about how the arts and things can help different parts of your brain.
Yeah.
We're learning more and more and more. But
anyway, sorry about that. I just want to mention.
yeah. Oh no, that was super cool. So just to help you visualize what we're talking about, we thought it might be helpful to offer just a few of the benefits. So here it goes. How about creativity and imagination, right? Art, as you can probably imagine, encourages your kids to think outside the box and explore their own imagination, right? So this is fostering creative problem-solving skills.
Exactly. And even on their own, they can be talking out loud, right? They are engaging, and they're expressing themselves. It's very cool. Okay, number 2, emotional expression and self-awareness. That's a benefit. Art provides a safe space for children to express their emotions, develop self-awareness, and learn to manage their feelings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So otherwise, all these different emotions and things, where are they coming out? If you can bring them out in art, how?
And in that instance, it's a safe space,
Yes.
and you're not going to get judged.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're there to do that.
Yeah. Agreed. So I imagine that safe space where just imagine a safe space where we're never judged or wrong. How freeing, right? I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Also, like we mentioned before, the fine motor skill development, right? Drawing, painting, sculpting, it's enhancing, and your kids are mind mapping the fine motor skills. And this is crucial for their overall development, but it also teaches gross motor skills too. So those were movements of the bigger muscles. I'm moving my arms right now, but you can't see that. So if you're doing like the long muscles, say you're painting, you're doing pottery, stuff like that. So this will help with your balance and coordination.
Especially pottery.
Yeah.
Because you have to hold it.
Yes.
You can only hold it so firmly or else you ruin it or the way you're sitting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love this episode.
I
It's
know.
so cool.
We need to do art.
So, and you know what? Since I retired, I find my own artwork is improving.
Oh, you are such a good
Oh,
artist.
stop.
No.
I call myself a wannabe artist.
No, she is one.
But I'm enjoying it, and I'm taking classes, and I'm starting to work with multimedia now.
Yeah.
So even in your 60s, people,
Yeah.
you can still learn and love it. Probably even more because you don't have, being retired. I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about that project I have to work on or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it helps to keep us fresh.
100%.
In number 4,
Yeah.
cognitive skills. What a good segue into that.
Yes.
So art activities stimulate cognitive development by enhancing memory, your focus, and critical thinking skills.
Yes, definitely. What about social skills and collaboration, right? So the kids are working with each other. If they're in the performing arts, you can't just be on your own. So you're learning to collaborate with each other, and you're so developing those essential social skills we all need. What about resolving conflicts when you're all together? And they're also seeing that there's more than just their way of doing things or looking at things. So they're
Right.
seeing how other people are interpreting things. And if it's not the same as you, cool.
And you know what
Yeah.
else I think the benefit is too? That you're working on a common goal.
Yes.
So it's not like I want to do this and I want to do that.
Right.
You're all working on the
Yeah.
common goal,
Yeah.
right? So
Great.
collaboration's awesome there.
Yes, totally.
So number 6, academic performance. So here, I'm going to read this a little bit. So studies have shown a correlation between arts involvement and improved academic performance in other subjects. I'm thinking because they're practicing focus.
Yes.
Do you
That
think
makes
that's-
sense. Yeah. I would say because focus, definitely, you've got to focus when you're working on something, right? See how you're concentrating, and even if you're painting, you can't just be willy-nilly looking all over the place, or
Yeah.
who knows what
And
you're
by
going to do.
focusing, you're seeing that you're getting results.
Yes, yeah. And you can change your results. Yeah, art is so
know.
cool.
I know.
This is, yeah.
I know. We can go down a wormhole
Oh,
and just
totally.
talk about so many different things.
Yeah, and as well as focus. This next one is very near and dear to our hearts.
Yes, critical.
Yeah. All kids are stronger and more resilient with self-esteem and confidence.
Yes.
Huge.
100%.
Yeah. So whether the kids are on a stage, playing an instrument, displaying projects, art provides that platform for our kids to totally express themselves freely, and nobody's judging them.
No.
So this 100% boosts their self-esteem and confidence. And getting feedback, too, from the peers and learning to accept this, that also helps your self-esteem, too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When others are, you know.
Absolutely. And remember our other podcast where we said if someone's having a hard time or they feel like they're, not up to snuff for something, you can just stand beside them.
Yeah.
Give them a little nudge and a little smile,
Yeah. Yeah.
build back their confidence and give them a little self-esteem because somebody cares.
Exactly.
Right?
And just acknowledging that everybody sees things differently. So you don't compare yours with the person beside you because you're looking at things differently.
Celebrate both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're all both right. I know. Come on, kids.
You know what another huge one is?
What?
Cultural awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And we, you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah, the powwow.
Okay. What am
The
I?
powwow.
Yes. So last year, Kim and I went to a powwow. It's the first one I ever went to.
So cool. I've been to many out on the prairies
Yes.
growing up.
So did they have common elements?
Oh, totally. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So the powwow, for people out there that have never been, they make total sense. And everything means something. From when the women have bells on their dresses to there's a fire burning throughout the whole, like a little campfire burning throughout the whole powwow. Like everything has meaning.
Yeah. So spiritual.
It's very spiritual and eye-opening.
Rhythm of the drums, the dancing.
I know.
Oh,
Fun and cool.
yeah. I've got
So-
goosebumps.
Yeah, so the arts provide exposure to this, right? To diverse cultures and artistic traditions, fostering cultural understanding and appreciation. So I understand more about First Nations than I ever would if I never went to a powwow.
How powerful.
Because I wouldn't think to ask those questions.
Nope.
And I'm sure people,
No, we're not
I don't know
aware.
enough people that would come up in a conversation.
Nope.
So important with the blending of people, countries. This should be celebrated and with cultural understanding. Don't be threatened. Don't be judgmental. It's beautiful. And we aren't intimidated or so guarded because of a person's heritage when we understand. So great point. I went to that first powwow, and I believe they're having it again this year, and I hope to go again. You wanna go?
Definitely. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was fantastic. I learned a lot.
So powerful and so grateful that we had the opportunity that we could embrace their culture and just that they showed us, they opened up their
Yes.
culture to us.
That was nice of them to do that.
We
yeah.
really appreciated that.
In our local park right on the river. It was
Yeah.
just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So another really good one is the skills of problem solving and decision making. So art is encouraging experimentation with everything, right? Colors, songs, music, actions, pottery, everything, right? And problem solving, you've got to decide, what you want to do. And if you have a problem, fix it, It makes kids really think outside the box, like we said. Helping the kids develop these critical thinking and decision-making skills is another one of those huge benefits of art.
Yeah. And it encourages experimentation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that if I make a mistake or it doesn't look good or
Yeah.
whatever, there's no judging.
No.
You're going to try more things, right?
And that's what white paint is for. Just paint all over it again
Yeah.
and start again.
Yeah.
Or not.
Right over it.
or fix it.
Yeah. So really what I got on number 9 would be to explore creativity,
Yeah.
gathering ideas,
Yeah.
critical thinking, which is kind of being able to carefully examine a piece of art, questioning its meaning, and put it into context. I looked it up, by the way. And the ability to explore multiple perspectives. So being flexible enough to use the information to come up with other ideas or options, or at the very least be able to communicate the purpose. So does that make sense?
Yeah, it really does.
Just sounded a little rambly, but...
No.
And last but actually probably the summary of all the benefits is number 10, stress relief and well-being. Art can be a therapeutic outlet for children and us,
Yeah.
all of us,
Yes.
providing a healthy way to relieve stress, manage your anxiety, and promote overall well-being.
Yeah. So,
Well-being.
yes.
I need to do some
It's being
art.
well. So imagine the kids sitting in their art class or at their performing arts, whatever they're doing, and they're encouraging each other. And if they've got the right instructors, they are not judging each other.
Right.
They are encouraging and recognizing what they're doing, and they're becoming each other's cheerleader, right? So this
Yes.
is all about them helping each other and in return helping
Yeah.
themselves. This is
Yeah.
super powerful, and if people could learn this right from when they're young, have everybody's back. And
Yeah.
if they can learn it through not judging and cheerleading each other in their arts, yay,
Yeah.
please do.
And the critical thinking part of that is
Yeah.
that when they're aware of critical thinking, they can celebrate each other's art and not judge it and say, oh, that didn't look like this. Or,
Yes.
the person could explain what they were painting or drawing or acting or whatever, and then they'll have an appreciation because they could put themselves in their shoes.
No such thing as a small part.
No, just small minds.
That's right. And that's what we're encouraging.
Not to have.
That's right. We are super glad that you were able to share this with us, and we wanted to do this episode because we knew that enrolling your kids in a theater camp, art camp, music camp, whatever, the arts can offer so many life skills, so many important ones, while they're having the time of their lives.
Yeah, they have no idea they're learning all these skills.
Yeah, win-win.
Yeah. So parents, the next time you're sitting through a play with a little person singing off key or a missed dance step, please remember what got them on the stage and all that great, well-rounded experience they're gathering for the future, right?
Yeah.
You'll be clapping for all their hidden accomplishments the loudest.
That's right. Clap for all of them, everybody.
Yeah.
So once again, thank you all for being with us and listening to us. And as always, we hope this episode offers you some positive food for thought and that you all feel heard, supported, and that we do care. And we know you're doing your best.
Yeah. So please send in your questions for Ask Moms, or if you have any ideas for future topics, please connect with us by emailing askmomstoday@gmail.com.
Yes, and always remember, you're not alone. And until next time, please take care of yourself.
You've got this.